All right, hello everybody and welcome. My name is John and today I want to talk to you about enlightenment and the process of enlightenment and how this happens. How does this actually unfold? And what are the things we should be focusing upon if we're looking to move along this journey? So the basic concept is that you have a higher self. You are an unlimited being. So this is the soul. In yoga, we call this Purusha, pure, unlimited consciousness. And that is who you are, and that is always going to be available to you. And as you allow that to flow through you, you become more enlightened. So the journey of enlightenment is all about allowing your higher self to flow through you and learning to embody that higher self here in this moment. Now, but of course, you don't need to believe in the soul. You don't need to know what Purusha is. You don't need to believe in this higher self. It's not important that you believe in that, because there are very real things we're going to be doing here that are going to lead you to that experience eventually. So if you think about this concept of being an unlimited being, and yet here we're experiencing limitation, it's because of all of these resistances we have to that full experience of who we are. So you have all of these thoughts, ideas, attitudes, beliefs, all of these limited or negative concepts in your own mind, in your consciousness, that are preventing that pure consciousness from flowing through you. Because even though you are really an unlimited being, right now here in this form, we've been given the ability to receive or not. That's our job to figure out. So in any spiritual path, you'll come across concepts of surrender and allowing and non-resistance and receptivity and gratitude. What they're talking about is learning to tune into and generate this state of being within yourself where you're not resisting anything in that moment. You're not judging what's going on. You're not trying to control something. You're just allowing this moment to exist completely as it is. So in any of those states, you're becoming free of resistance. You're releasing your mental, emotional tensions, and that is going to allow a greater portion of this energy to flow through you. So normally people are in a constant state of mental output. You're thinking, you're looking, you're observing, you're judging, you're analyzing, you're worrying, you're planning. All these things where basically you're sending energy outward. So most of the time people are going through our days and we're not really receiving and allowing these higher potentials to flow through us. So just by learning to relax and breathe, we're gonna start to release these inner resistances, these mental, emotional tensions, and more of this higher self, this life force is gonna flow through us. Now, the other thing that happens as you move along the journey is that you're going to become increasingly sensitive to energy. So not sensitive in a way of meaning like weak and vulnerable, but sensitive in meaning that you're becoming more aware. So you start to feel this deeper layers of energy moving through you and around you. And so now when you're meditating, you're bringing your awareness inside, you're cultivating these attitudes of releasing resistance, and with your awareness internally, you start to experience yourself as an energetic being. You experience this life force within you. So now you're having this experience of energy, and you're in this state of receptivity, and that is going to lead you deeper and deeper into meditation. And so eventually what's going to happen is you're going to find that this energy within you, this life force, this pure consciousness that is always available to you, it's also connected to everything that exists. So now you're experiencing not only this life within yourself, but within all things. And that's when you have that experience of oneness, this unity consciousness, that pure, unfiltered experience of who you really are. That's when the enlightenment happens. But of course, this is a whole journey, and even someone who has that experience could then again start to focus on things in the physical world, in the limitations, in the problems, and they could bring themselves back down from that state. The entire journey, this whole journey that we're on, is all about learning to allow this higher self to flow through you and embodying this experience of pure positive consciousness within us. So progress on the path means you're learning to do that, and you're learning to do that more of the time. So if you go on a 3-month spiritual retreat and all your meals are taken care of and you have no job and you don't have to travel or go anywhere, like you're just there doing it, like it's not going to be that long before you start to have this really deep powerful experience. Learning to maintain that and tune into it every day, no matter how much is going on in your life or how many stressful things you experienced or witnessed, learning to come back into that every day, that is our job and that is our practice. And not only learning to tap into that every day, but learning to carry it with us through all of these challenges and obstacles and things we would judge as being negative experiences. Ultimately, we need to learn to stay in this state of positivity, of pure, non-judgmental receptivity, in the midst of all of the crazy things that are going on that could snap you out of it. So in therapy, we call this widening the window of tolerance. So you're learning to have this positive experience, and you can have it when things are good, but eventually you learn to have it when things are not so good, and eventually you learn to have it like regardless of what's going on. You're still like, you are your higher self here in this physical body, in this dimension, in this moment, and nothing can prevent you from knowing and experiencing that. Okay, so this is the kind of thing we can talk about and learn about and read about and study forever until it happens, because this is a journey that we're all on. And so I hope this information gives you some insights on how to just apply yourself a little more effectively in your practice, whatever techniques you're going through, whatever style or tradition you currently belong to. There's so many specific techniques to use and styles, but all of them, you've got to practice with this attitude of being non-resistant, of allowing and surrendering. And you always got to bring this awareness internally to experience yourself here, free from all of this mental, emotional stuff that's out there. Having this real direct experience internally. So I hope this helps you on the path. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Please drop me a comment down below what you think of all this. Do you agree or not? I'd be curious to connect with some of you and see what are your thoughts on enlightenment and how we can move along this process consciously. So that's going to do it for today. I do have a blog post about this if you want to reference that, if you're into reading things. I know a lot of times I like to read about spiritual concepts and sit and contemplate and feel. So I have that available for you as well. But thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best in your practice and in your life. And I hope to see you again real soon. Peace.